So DBZEN is better than Hex. Hexicans now, before you go on a tangent, these are not my words. These are the words of the founder of DBZEN. So stay tuned, like and subscribe. Let's get right onto it. So recently, Mr. Jack Levin himself created this token. It's deflationary and it is called DBZEN. Initially it was meant to be called Next Token and whatnot, but it finally rolled out as DBZEN, so we're just gonna roll with DBZEN. It has a maximum cap supply of I think about 5 million tokens, but they're gonna be dripping it to you slowly as you are burning your Zen. So it is designed to burn some Zen. For example, the initial lowest amount of Zen you can burn is 2.5 millions, and people have been burning this token. 2.5 million, right? For example, if you are burning 5 million Zen tokens, this is how much in ETH you're going to be paying: 0.127 ETH, and the protocol fee is about 0.0085, and at the moment the transaction fees are a bit high. So if you want to look into DBZEN, link will be in the description box below and all that good stuff. But Mr. Jack Levin has added on to this. He adds salt into the wound pretty much, and this is what he tweeted recently. He said, why DBZEN is better than Hex. Number one, it pays you daily yields on ETH while you're holding your DBZEN tokens. Number two, it doesn't require you to do any unstaking like Hex, I'm guessing. Number three, unstaking without penalties. Like if you unstake with Hex, like if you chose to unstake early, you're going to be hit with huge penalties, and this goes into the high yield DeFi certificate of deposit. I see YouTubers, DeFi YouTubers, always do this. We're better than the banks and all this other stuff, but if you look at it deeply, are you that different from these banks? Is DeFi that much different from these banks? Because DeFi staking and unstaking protocols, especially the high yield certificate of deposit type, like the likes of Hex and the likes of Drip in that. I'm gonna throw Drip in there just to show you an example, right? Trying to take out a large amount of Drip, for example, they're gonna hit you with whale taxes and all this other. It's set out so that it's gonna help the protocol survive much longer. So it's a little bit different, but is that much different from a lot of the banks that pretty much use that practice where they don't want you to pull all of your money out, or you're going to get hit with certain penalties? Hex is also rolls out the same way. If they're going to, for example, hit you with a large penalties, then what's the point of staking your tokens to make that much money, and you want to unstake for whatever reason? It could be an emergency that you want to unstake, but then they hit you with that kind of penalty. So Jack is pretty much saying that unstaking without penalties is DBZEN. Number four, DBZEN is a hard capped supply and it doesn't inflate at all, just like Zen. You want the chart to look like this, up and to the right. Number five, multi-chain, right? Multi-chain. And number six, he said, is fair crypto and it has no OA controller. The OA stands for the origin address, which people claim that Richard Hart owns that address, and that is the reason why they believe Hex has been highly centralized for many years, and he could wake up one day and do whatever he wants with that origin address and the whole protocol could come tumbling down. But hey, listen, don't let this stop you from getting into Hex, bro, because the OA has been a talk since 2018, 2019, and Richard hasn't done that. If he allegedly is the one who owns it, he keeps denying it. No one knows who owns the origin address, but you all know the protocol founder knows who owns the address, bro. It's all alleged. Seven, he goes daily distributions and how crypto should be. Now people have chimed in. Hexicans are mad. Jack added on to this and he says, I also have X, by the way. And this YouTuber says, folks, Jack is just using you for promotion. He knows that saying incendiary things to Hexicans can get him engagement. That's all this is. Don't be a tool in his hands. Jack replied to that, says the person who promoted me in his own stream. YouTube. And this guy comes back with, thanks for reminding me about that stream. I'm going to now delete it. And Jack goes, well, it's too bad. You cannot delete my DMs. I'm guessing this dude was at some point underneath Jack Levin's, flow when he was popping a couple months ago, begging Jack Levin for a stream or something to that nature. I don't know. But Jack has the DMs now to expose these youth. Hey, I don't like none of that stuff. I'm just saying that, if you are a YouTuber and you see somebody popping like a project founder and stuff like that, you already had an interview and a sit down with him. Why all of a sudden, turn against him and start attacking him and all this? I get it. People change their mind about a protocol and a project, but this bashing of Jack Levin and stuff, I don't like that, bro. Let this dude build just like you allowing Richard Hart to build. Your founder, Mr. Hexicon, is out there twerking, doing all kinds of stuff, and nobody's saying nothing about that stuff. Jack Levin is not out there pulling his pants down and he's not out there moving bookie like that, bro. Like, let the dude build. That's it. I don't have nothing against it. I'm not on neither side, bro. Hex pump, I make money. I got Hex. Zen pump, I make money. I got a ton load of Zen. So yeah, I'm just saying, like, these back and forths attacking this team and that team, and look look at this dude, bro. Nothing was sacrificed to the Buddhist monk. Shots fired. Somebody said, look, here's the problem with Zen though. You got to do that for 8 years with Zen. I don't know. But the good thing about DBZEN, all jokes aside, guys, is the fact that, it's pumping Zen. Zen looks like it reversed. Now, people are out there saying Zen bottomed. Look, listen, Zen did not bottom, bro. Zen is designed to bottom. Zen is bottom. If you look at the Zen chart, you know that Zen, look, for the past 7 days, it did well. I think we almost deleted a 0 or something to that nature. Zen would have its day, man. DBZEN is building. They have if you look at this, right now it's only whales owning DBZEN because it's the fees are expensive. Of course, the little guys are not going to get in yet. Someone put in 41 ETH, 8 ETH, 12 ETH. All of these people have been burning it as of 2 hours ago or something to that nature, right? They have been burning these Zen tokens like crazy, and it has been affecting the supply. If you look at it now, 25% of the Zen supply, Zen on ETH, has been burnt, right? So with the 25% of the supply Zen being burnt because of NFTs, because of DBZEN, Jack Levin, I think, is looking at new use cases, new utilities that he's bringing in on board to try and burn as much of this supply as possible. Zen on ETH could explode like crazy, and my play is still the same, man. I've told you guys that you only need minimum 100 million Zen tokens in your wallet. Let it sit there, whatever, stake it, unstake it, who cares? But the reason why I said that is because if you do that, if you take the price of Zen right now and it 10,000 X's, for example, this is 5 zeros, 1084. If you multiply that by 10,000, it will give you exactly 1 cent from these levels. That's 10,000 X, which is possible. So as long as people are burning enough Zen. Now, the thing I have not taken into account is in the future, right? People are going to be unstaking their Zens. For example, that people are going to be having a lot of max mints 300 days, 400 days from now. That also is going to be added into the Zen supply, which will make the price go even lower. Now, I'm hoping that by then, by 400, 500 days, enough utility and use cases would have been developed to burn enough of the supply where whoever unstakes is pretty much insignificant, and whoever, mints and unmints and the daily mints, they don't really affect that much of the price. That is what I am looking for into Zen, something deep enough to just hit. And when it does, this thing would be very sustainable. This is DBZEN's ETH contract and all of that stuff. If you look at Zen Turbo, hey, 16 Gwei right now. So whether or not mints are profitable, just know that 25% of the supply has already been burnt with Zen on ETH. And if you look at the total supply right now is 10.2 trillion Zen. People thought that we would have hit 15, 16, 17, 18 trillion Zens, but that's just not the case. The mints have slowed down significantly. I think people just kind of lost interest for a minute, but then the thing is going back up now. It's coming back because Jack was building all of those weeks. He was coming up with DBZEN and ZenFTs and all this other stuff. So he's not just sitting on the sideline hoping for this thing to burn. He's actually developing things that are enabling for people to actually burn their Zen to get a token that is much more deflationary. It's a genius concept, and hey, if it beats hex stakes, whether it does or does not, now you just know that if you're hexicant, you have hex and then you have Zen. I think competition is healthy. I don't care which one is better. I'm just saying, if hex can give you a lot, Zen could also do the same thing for you. So why not hold both instead of being or either on this camp or that camp? You know, that's just my take on the hex versus Zen kind of thing. I'm not getting involved with none of that stuff. Just saying, if you hold both, you could be a winner in the future. With hex, this ain't no playing catch up or none of that stuff, man. Hex is not the only crypto on the planet, baby. We got DBI, we got Zen, you got Cardano, you got so many other good cryptocurrencies that can make you a ton load of money next bull cycle. And it's just called diversification, period. This ain't no praising hex or we're gonna go to we're gonna play catch up now because we didn't make much money with hex last bull cycle and all this other stuff. It's just to say that, hey, it's a cryptocurrency, it's a project. If it's gonna pump, you can make a ton load of money with it. And post chain is coming, post X is coming, Zen is getting minted. I mean, hexicons are using Zen on post chain V3, which is pretty cool. Look at this, 674 addresses right now, 14,901 transfers. This is all hexicons doing this, like trying Zen actually on the testnet of post-chain V3. This is why I'm telling you, competition is healthy, because if it wasn't for really Jack Levin, Richard Hart would still be out there dancing and wearing weird stuff. He wouldn't have been rolling out all of these things. And it is looking like post-chain is getting closer and closer to launch, which is a good news. It's looking like hex pumped off of that, you know, Zen hype slowly dying down and people losing interest in Zen a little bit. Hex just took off from 2 cents all the way up to 8 cents, which is congratulations to all hexicans who held, and they made a ton load of money. So definitely when it comes to DeFi on ETH and all this other stuff, these two individuals could make you a lot of money next bull market. Number one is Richard Hart. Number two is, why not Jack Levin? Give him a chance. If Zen turns out to be a nothing burger, it's just another protocol that died. Who cares? But if this flips, doesn't even have to go to $1. You're just looking at a 1 cent Zen token, which is still our play for you to become a multi-millionaire with just 100 million tokens. So why not mint some Zen? With that being said, let us know in the comment section below. Do you believe Jack Levin is crazy for saying that DBZEN is better than Hex? Or is he absolutely right? Let us know in the comment section below. Like up the video, share it, subscribe for some crypto content. I have been Mr. Nakamoto Crypto, and I'm out.